Brahmo Samaj reformist movement. See, Brahmo Samaj, this is a reformist movement, especially it aimed to eliminate or abolish sati. Do you know sati? Sati is a practice of throwing the wife into the funeral pyre after her husband's death. Okay, she'll be forced to get into the funeral pyre. She'll be burnt along with her husband. So this Brahmo Samaj reformist movement was started by Raja Ram Mohan Rai. This Raja Ram Mohan Rai also referred as the father of Indian Renaissance. You got it right? So basically Raja Ram Mohan Rai belonged to Bengal. He was just a Ram Mohan Rai. Raja was his title. The title to Ram Mohan Rai was given by the Mughal Emperor Akbar II. It was not the Akbar we listen often. He was different, Akbar II. You got it right? Okay. Fine. Next. Quit India movement. 1942, very easy question, direct. See, certain moments you have to keep in your mind, like non-cooperation movement. This is 1922-22. And next you have civil disobedience movement. This is 1930-31. Quit India movement 1942. It was during this Quit India movement only, Mr. Gandhi gave a call that is do or die. Either let us achieve the independence or we'll die. Let us die. Okay, in the process of achieving the independence. Cool. Who was referred as Martin Luther of India? First of all, you need to understand one thing that Martin Luther, he was a German, Christian monk who asked to go back to the Bible and interpret it carefully. In the same way, it was Swami Dayananda Saraswati who gave a call called Go Back to Vedas. Go back to Vedas. Okay, that was a call. Means basically, unfortunately, the Vedas were not interpreted in a correct manner. Why? Because there are two reasons. First one, in those days, the Vedas were composed in a language called Sanskrit. But other than the Brahmins and Kshatriyas, no other people were allowed to learn the Sanskrit. So Sanskrit was remained as a scholar language. So when you don't know the Sanskrit, how can you understand the Vedas which were composed in that language? Tell me. It's highly, it's highly impossible, right? So that was why people couldn't able to understand the Vedas. So when you're not understanding Vedas on yourself, then what will you do? You will go to a Brahmin and whatever the thing he says, you will start believing that, okay, fine, this is as per the Vedas. If I say that the girl after getting married, like after once her husband passed away. So she also has to follow her husband on the funeral pyre. This is as per Vedas. We have to believe because we are not supposed to go to Vedas and learn the Vedas and we don't know the Sanskrit. You got it right? So after this, a lot many superstitions were happened to emerge. You understand? The social evils emerged. That was a person like Swami Dayananda Saraswati gave slogan, go back to Vedas. Okay, read it again, understand it properly, and then say bye-bye to superstitions and social evils. That was what he asked me. Okay, got? You got it right? He was referred as Martin Luther of India. Chalo. During the time of Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which of the following personality has renounced, left, or gave back the title given to him by the British government called knighthood? First of all, you need to understand what is Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It was April 13, 1919. There was a big ground named Jallianwala Bagh. What is the name of the ground? Jallianwala Bagh. It has only one entry and the same entry is acting as the exit. Same entry, same exit. In the middle, it has a well. On this day, okay, this Jallianwala Bagh ground is in Amritsar. Where is Amritsar? Punjab. Punjab. People gathered here on this day to celebrate Baisakhi festival. Okay, Punjabi ka festival, right? So on that day, around more than 1,000 people, around 20,000 nearly, they got gathered. On that day, there are protesters who joined this Baisakhi festival and they thought that, okay, there is a large crowd. So let us address this crowd against the British. What's up? While they were addressing, okay, to this crowd, to this entry, okay, it was Brigadier General Dyer, okay, along with his cantonment, means along with his army. He blocked this way without giving a forewarning. He deployed his army before the crowd. Without a forewarning, he ordered to fire at them. Many people, they were died out of for taking the bullets, and many people, they were died out of for getting into this war well. Okay, because of stampede, suffocation, they were there. And these perimeters, they were covered with high walls, where it is impossible for a human being to climb that wall. You're understanding, right? So that is how Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened. This incident has shaken the entire country. It has shaken the entire country. Is this clear? So, as a response to this, Mr. Rabindranath Tagore has renounced knighthood title. Even Gandhi also has given back his title called Kaiser-i-Hind. Kaiser. It was during 1857 Sepoy Mutiny. Who was the Governor General of India? Sepoy Mutiny was happened between 1857 to 58. Okay, 58. And it was Lord Canning was the English Governor General at that time. You got it right? Direct questions, this. Quit India movement is also known as August movement. Why? Because it has started on August 8th. That was why it is also called as August movement. Is this clear? Yeah. British East India Company. BIC, British East India Company, started conquering India, okay, from Bengal, because Bengal was the first princely state conquered by British East India Company forces. Company forces means private forces. You are understanding? These were not the government forces. British East India Company is not the British government. British government is, see, you can't supposed to say that Anil Ambani or Mukesh Ambani is the government of India, right? Yes, sir. In the same way, British East India Company has its own private forces. And they started to occupy India starting from Bengal. And Bengal was complete. The conquest of Bengal was completed by two battles. One is Battle of Plassey, 1757. And finally, Battle of Buxar, 1764. Cool? 1764. So, Battle of Plassey in the year. Tell me. 1757. 23rd June, 1757. Clear? Who formulated and implemented doctrine of lapse? It was Dalhousie. I told you Lord Canning was the one who was present during the 1857 revolt, right? So before Lord Canning, Dalhousie, because Lord Canning has succeeded Dalhousie. Okay, you're understanding, right? So Dalhousie was the Governor General who has formulated and implemented this doctrine of lapse. So what do you mean by this doctrine of lapse? I'll tell you. See. For example, you're a king. king of a kingdom, that's king of Ashoknagar. Unfortunately, you have ended up your life without having a natural heir, male heir. You don't have a male son to succeed, and neither you have adopted any son with the approval of Britishers. In that case, after your death, your kingdom will be by default will be merged with British East India Company. That is what doctrine of lapse policy. Agar you have a natural heir, let's say you have a male son, your kingdom will be saved from the annexation. Or in case you have realized this and you started to adopt a son, that too that adoption has to be like approved by the British resident sitting there. You understand? So in that case, if you don't have a male legal heir, obviously your kingdom will be merged with so-called British East India Company. That is the policy introduced and popularized by Dalhousie. Dalhousie original name James Andrew Brown Ramsay. James Andrew Brown Ramsay. So this is the answer. Okay. The Mughal Empire reached its maximum territorial extent during the time of Aurangzeb. Because during the Aurangzeb, entire Northwest, North India, East India, Malwa region called West India, Deccan region, this entire portions of Indian subcontinent were under Mughal Empire during Aurangzeb. He was the most powerful emperor in the Mughal Empire. And of course, he was the last powerful Mughal Empire. You'll understand later. Okay. Fine. Opium. This is called Nalla Bandhu. That's a drug being produced in China. The business with this drug called opium fetched huge profits. Okay, to British East India Company. So they thought to annex China so that they can have a hold over the opium trade. You understand? So they started to fight opium wars with China. Very simple. Because they used to procure the opium drug from China only. They used to buy it from China at cheaper rate and they used to sell it at higher rate to the European market. You understand, right? Who founded the Banaras Hindu University? Now you have one of the greatest university in the Indian universities called BHU at Varanasi. Banaras Hindu University, where it is? Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, near Kasi. Right. It is the largest residential central university in Asia, that too. In Asia. Okay, yeah, I told you it is located in Varanasi. It was actually founded by Madan Mohan Malviya. I'll tell you the story. See. It was in the year 1915 or 1914. Oh, 1951. Annie Besant. She was a person coming from Ireland. Okay, she is an Ireland citizen. Came to India and she founded a Sanskrit college in Benares. That is Varanasi. Varanasi ka old name Benares. Sanskrit college she founded. This Sanskrit college was developed into Benares Hindu University (BHU) by Madan Mohan Malviya, freedom fighter. Okay, and he was a recipient of Bharat Ratna. In 2015, he got Bharat Ratna. Okay, Madan Mohan Malviya. Buddhism has two sects: Hinayana, Mahayana. Where Hinayana people doesn't believe in idol worship because they believe in symbols of Buddha and the things used by Buddha, like the chapels of Buddha. Okay, the preachings in the text were composed. No, those texts were worshipped. But Mahayana Buddhists were the one who believe in idol worship. But the question is, does not believe, right? Hinayana answer. You got it? Hinayana were referred as the original Buddhist followers. where they treat Buddha as a teacher. But Mahayana Buddhists, they treat Buddha as a god. So that is why in order to, worship God, you need idols, right? If you are worshipping your teacher, Buddha as a teacher, you need some of his preaching, some of his so-called whatever the things he used for worship. Worship. Who among the following is the author of Kavya Darsha and Dashkumara Charita? Kavya Darsha and Dashkumara Charita was written by Dandin, a Kannada poet. He has written. You got it right? These are the bits you have to remember. Okay. Bhagat Singh. See, basically, Bhagat Singh was the disciple of Lala Lajpat Rai. Lala Lajpat Rai was also called a Sher of Punjab. So, Lala Lajpat Rai's disciple was Bhagat Singh. Lala Lajpat Rai was brutally beaten on the chest during anti-Simon Commission protests in 1928. In 1928, when Simon Commission came to India, we opposed the Simon Commission by raising a slogan, Simon, go back. Yes. So during this anti-Simon Commission, okay, Lala Lajpat Rai has received the lathi blows on his chest, which led he ultimately made him to die. Finally, he was died. So this lathi charge was instructed by the inspector called Saunders. This Saunders was murdered in Lahore by Bhagat Singh. That is called Lahore. So the murder of Saunders, okay, made Bhagat Singh to face the sentence called death sentence. You got it? So Lahore conspiracy case. Ram Prasad Bismil, Thakur Roshan Singh, Rajnath Lahiri, Ashfaqullah Khan. Do you know who all of these people? These all people are revolutionaries. See, other than Gandhi, people like these people, they used to assassinate the English officers. They used to rob the trains, rob the police station, rob the banks. And they used to take forward this revolutionary movement, like Naxals, or what they'll do. The same. There was a revolutionary organization who used to entertain them in Punjab, that is called Hindustan Republic Association. It was founded by Ram Prasad Bismil. This fellow has founded it. So there is a famous Kakori train robbery case where they were meant to stop the train and they were meant to rob the train, but unfortunately they were caught. Many of them were deported to Andaman jails for life sentence. These people. You got it? Who was Gandhi's personal secretary who translated Gandhi's autobiography that is called My Experiments with Truth? This is the Gandhi's autobiography. What do you mean autobiography? His biography was written by himself only. He has written his biography. It was translated into English, okay, which was originally written in Gujarati by his personal secretary, who was Mahadev Desai. Okay, Mahadev Desai. East India Company, that is British East India Company, established its company in 1612 at Surat. You know, British East India Company has established its factory. First factory at where? Surat. Where is Surat in Gujarat? You got it? Fine. Akbar divided his empire, okay, into 12 provinces. Originally, it was 15 provinces. If the option 15 means 15 is the correct answer. If there is no 15, it is 12. Okay. (1749 to 1754), most important battle fought between British and French. That was first Carnatic War. Because second Carnatic War was happened between 1756 to sorry, 54 to 56. Third Battle of Panipat, 1761. Battle of Buxar, I told you 1761. Okay, so 1749 to 54, first Carnatic. Osmania University, when it was established, 1918. You have Osmania University? 1918, it was established in the year 1918. First newspaper published in India in 1780. So today you have lots of newspapers, right? In the regional language, in the English language and all. So first newspaper, it was established, that was Bengal Gazette. Actually, it was established by Hickey, a European. That was the first newspaper published in India. Bengal Gazette, okay? Originally, the British government has ruled India with capital at Calcutta. But it was in the year 1911. The Calcutta capital was shifted to Delhi. You are understanding? At that time, who was the Governor General or Viceroy? Lord Hardinge. Sir, why they have shifted the capital from Calcutta to Delhi? I'll tell you a story. Calcutta, is in Bengal, right? West Bengal. See, it was in the year 1905. The then British Viceroy called Lord Curzon, he announced that the British government wants to divide the Bengal. That is called Partition of Bengal. By saying that, Bengal population is almost 8 crore. So it is administratively difficult to carry out the administration of the Bengal, and for the administrative purpose, the Bengal has been divided. But the reality is the Bengal is divided on communal lines, on religious basis. That West Bengal is for Hindus. You got it. East Bengal is for Muslims. So Muslims got their own separate province with their own majority. Muslims. So do the Muslims will feel happy or not? They'll feel happy because by announcing this Bengal partition, it was implemented. On October 16, 1905, the Bengal partition was implemented. But across the country, there were very severe movements happened in those days against the British decision of dividing the Bengal. Finally, British has accepted that they will withdraw the decision of dividing the Bengal. That is called Bengal Annual Mint. What was it called? Bengal Annual Mint. Withdrawing the decision of dividing the Bengal. Finally, British officers have accepted. So this Bengal Annual Mint was announced by the then King George V. Do you know Gateway of India in Mumbai? The Gateway of India was built in Mumbai in those days, in 1911, to welcome this King George V moment. Till recently, India Gate backside used to have a compounding where King George V statue used to be there. And now it was replaced with Subhash Chandra Bose hologram. And now, so taking back, withdrawing the Bengal partition, like what will happen? There will be no separate province for Muslims. Will Muslims feel happy? No. So to make them feel happy, to appease them, the then capital Calcutta was shifted to Delhi because Delhi was highly, habitated by Muslims. Muslims were majority in Delhi. So to appease them, Delhi was made capital. You understood, right? Founder of Brahmo Samaj, Raja Ramohana. We already discussed. Repeated. Who was the first Governor General of India? See, the post of Governor General of India, right? So it was created in the year 1833. And it was, okay, the options are wrong. It was William Bentinck. If it has been asked like first Governor General of Bengal, then in case of India, if it is asked like Bengal, it was created in the 1773. Asri Varnast. Got it? Sometimes mistakes hota hai. Right? Which year did Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb die? Aurangzeb was died on 21st February 1707. And this is the year where we can say that the start of modern history. Because after Aurangzeb's death, the Britishers have taken. Within 50 years, by 1757, within 50 years, the British East India Company, by fighting Battle of Plassey, recently we discussed, it has started its occupation from Bengal. So, answer is 1707. See, British East India Company have occupied India in this way. How you know? First Bengal was occupied. Then Mysore was occupied. Then Marathas was occupied. In the meanwhile, Travancore, that is Kerala, Nizam, Carnatic, that is Tamil Nadu. Then after, Punjab, Sindh. Here Bengal matlab, not only Bengal, it also includes Bihar, Orissa, Assam. So almost every part of the country came under the rule of British East India Company. You got it? That is it. Jama Masjid. Basically, Jama Masjid of Old Delhi, it was built with red sandstone. And the person who was the lover of using white marble and red sandstone is Shah Jahan. Mr. Shah Jahan, he has built Taj Mahal. Also, he has built, Red Fort. And he has built Jama Masjid. Both Red Fort and Jama Masjid were built out of sandstone, red sandstone. Taj Mahal was built in white marble, right? Achha, you have a pledge, right? India is my country, all Indians are my brothers and sisters. That pledge was written by Paidimari Venkat Subbarao. Actually, he was a person from Telangana only. He was doctor by profession, neurologist. He has written this pledge. Paidimari Venkat Subbarao. No, very important. Indian National Army was founded in the year 1942 by, Mohan Singh. And it was in the year 1944, Subhash Chandra Bose have taken the leadership of INA. And he brought the reforms within INA, Indian National Army. Okay. Who drafted the resolution on fundamental rights for the Karachi session of Indian National Congress in 1931? That is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. First of all, fundamental rights is an important chapter in the polity, right? We have been given. But before independence only, we started to demand the fundamental rights for Indians, to the Britishers actually. To the Indians, by the fundamental rights has to be granted to the Indians and that should be granted by the British. So there is a resolution have been taken place in the yearly INC session called 1931 Karachi INC session. And that list of fundamentals contains 19 fundamentals, 19. So this list of 19 fundamentals was drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru. Have you understood, right? Pitt's India Act was passed in the 1784. So I'll give you certain acts and years. Please do remember. First act is Regulating Act. To regulate the affairs of British East India Company, the British government has passed Regulating Act. 1773. Thereafter, Pitt's India Act. Why Pitt's? Because Pitt, Lord William Pitt, he was the then Prime Minister of Britain when this act was passed. 1784, who was the Prime Minister? Pitt's, Lord William Pitt. So Pitt's India Act. 1784. What is the purpose of Pitt's India Act? You know, to increase the regulation over the company. You got it? Thereafter, you have Charter Acts. There are Charter Acts, 4 Charter Acts. 1793. Every 20 years, you will have a Charter Act, 1830. Again, 1833. Again, 1853. In this 1833 only, we will call that Governor General of India. I told you already. William Bentinck. Remember? You remember? Yes. That is all. Who was the first Indian ruler who had territory outside India? Territory outside India. First Indian rulers to have a territory outside India. Can you guess? Very good. Chandragupta. In Afghanistan. He has conquered the Greek territory, which is in Afghanistan. Who was the president of India at the time of Partition of India? J.B. Kripalani. He was the president of India at the time of partition, that is 1947. President of Indian National Congress, INC. Basically, INC is a fundamental political party which has driven the freedom struggle forward. It was established in the year 1885. And now we say the Indian National Congress, now Congress Party at the center. That is what the INC is. In 1930, from which place Gandhi started civil disobedience movement? Sabarmati Ashram. Because it was on March 12th, 1930, Gandhi started his walk, Padayatra, from Sabarmati Ashram to reach Dandi. And he finally reached Dandi on April 6th, 1930. This is called Dandi March. Now you understood it? You have to answer this question. Very good. We already have discussed, no? Now take a break of 10 minutes. We continue. Good. So guys, hi. Chalo, there are 10 more questions. Let us complete quick as possible. The national anthem of India was first sung on. Who wrote the national anthem of India? You know, Rabindranath Tagore has wrote the national anthem of India before independence in the year 1911. What was the importance of 1911? Bengal annulment. We already discussed this one. Withdrawing the decision of partitioning the Bengal. Do you remember? Muslims offended. So, Mr. Rabindranath Tagore has written this national anthem of Jana Gana Mana, okay, for the purpose of welcoming King George V. Later, we have adopted the same song as the national anthem. So, it was first sung on 27 December 1911 in Calcutta. You're understanding, right? Okay, for the purpose of King George V. See, Jana Gana Mana Adinayaka. Who is that Adinayaka? King George V. But now, after adopting as the national anthem, who is this Adinayaka? President of India. You got it? Out of the state. First Tirthankar of Jainism, Rishabhanatha, also known as Adinatha. See, in Jainism, there are 24 Tirthankaras. You need not to remember every Tirthankara, but 1, 23, 24 Tirthankaras are important. You already know who is the first Tirthankara, Rishabhanatha. The 23rd Tirthankara was Parshavanatha. 24th Tirthankara is Vardhaman Mahavira, who is actually one created with the founding of the religion called Jainism. Vardhamana Mahavira. Okay? And you know, every Tirthankara will have his own symbol. Let's say, for example, Rishabhanatha or Adinatha. Why he was referred as Rishabha? Because the bull was his symbol. Rishabha. Rishabha means the bull, right? So, bull was his symbol. Parshavanatha means snake was his symbol. Vardhamana Mahavira's symbol is lion. What? It was 321 BC by Chandragupta Maurya. The Mauryan kingdom was established. Very easy bit. Because 326 BC, that is the age of Alexander the Great. Okay. After Alexander, that is 321 BC, Chandragupta Maurya established the Mauryan kingdom. You got it right? Fine. Battle of Plassey, please. Tell me. 757. We discuss now. What if Buxar? Battle of Buxar asked. 764. You got it? Why Battle of Plassey is asked twice? Because it is so important. Because it is the first battle fought by the British East India Company against the Indian ruler. First battle. And it was the, Bengal is the first kingdom or first British state to be annexed by the British East India Company. They started the journey of annexing the different Indian states from Bengal only. And the conquest of Bengal, that episode was started with the Battle of Plassey only. That is the importance, okay? End of East India Company rule, 1858. Because I'll tell you, see, East India Company rule was started from Battle of Plassey till the revolt of 1857. The revolt of 1857 has disclosed the failure of East India Company, that they couldn't able to rule as per the wish of the people. Because nobody in India, no Indian is pleased with the rule of British East India Company. Because they were exploitative, they were highly, disastrous actually. So, British East India Company against British East India Company, 1857 what was happened. So, this was closely watched by British government. See, British government has given the power to rule over India to the company, whereby the company here is ruling India on behalf of British government till 1857. Once British government has seen that the 1857 revolt was happening, so it has came to a decision that the company is no more reliable, reliable to rule. That was why the power was shifted from the East India Company to the British government in their 1858. Okay, and this power transfer was facilitated by Government of India Act 1858. And who was the Governor General or Viceroy at that time? It was same Lord Canning. Was the same Governor General during the time of Edward. We discussed, right? Lord Canning. So it was the East India Company rule in India was ended in 1858 because from 1858 to 1947, who ruled us? It was British government. British government ruled us. Okay, that is the. Go back to Vedas. Also known as Martin Luther of India. Come on. Already told you, no? Dayanand Saraswati, go back to Vedas. Was a slogan given by Dayanand Saraswati. We discussed earlier. Okay. Yeah, first Indian National Congress meet was held, I'll tell you. It was in the year 1885, December 28. Indian National Congress, let's say INC was formed. It was held in Bombay. Where in Bombay? Gokuldas Tejpal Oriental College. Gokuldas Tejpal Oriental College. Okay. And this was headed by a Bengali. Presided over by Bengali. Because in INC there is a practice. What was that, you know? See, for example, if INC session is happening in Hyderabad, then the presiding officer, the one who preside over the meeting, will not be from Hyderabad. He will be from somewhere. So the meeting was happening in Bombay, where it is presided by Bengali, whose name was Umesh Chandra Banerjee. He was the first president of INC session. He was the president of first INC session. Okay. Chirala Perala movement. Chirala Perala movement is a no tax campaign. Happened in the region of Chirala, which is near to Kurnool. Duggirala Gopalakrishna was the freedom fighter from Andhra region who led the Chirala Perala movement. Under this movement, the peasants were instructed not to pay tax to the Britishers. Right? In which of the following INC meetings Gandhiji was elected as president? See, every year, every December, INC meeting will be happening from 1885 to till now. Gandhiji has elected as the president of INC session only for one session. That was in the year 1924, where it was happened Belgaum. In his lifetime, only once he was happened to be elected as the president of INC session. Happened in 1924, happened at Belgaum. Where is Belgaum? Bengal was divided by, I told you, partition of Bengal was divided in the year 1905. At that time, who was the viceroy? Curzon, Lord Curzon. Remember, I told you Lord Curzon. Simple questions here. Again, Brahmo Samaj was started by Raja Ram Mohan. Second World War, see, World War I, 1914 to 18. World War II, 1939 to 45. Now tell me the answer. Tell me this answer. First World War was started in the year. Ended at 45. Oh yeah. Easy questions, right? So in the next class, we will discuss the PYQs of Parliament, which we have completed the Parliament, right? Parliament PPT, you got it, right? Go and ask, man. What will you read? PPT. I shown the PPT. That PPT, go and get your PPT. Your wish. But I'll ask you the questions, you know, PYQs from Parliament. I have completed the Parliament in a very clear manner. I'll ask you the question. So go and get your PPT. If you have any doubts, come and ask. Okay. Done. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, all the students. Bye.